The KMG Tango debuted in 2001 and would quickly become known for its disorienting and intense ride experience. As the ride grew in number, it also became many people's favorite flat ride. The Tango is a complex ride featuring a main lifting arm attached to a solid transportable base. At the end of the main lifting arm is a separate three-prong section of rider seats. Each prong can hold 8 riders seated back to back, making for a capacity of 24 riders per cycle. Each section of seats can also rotate freely. To add to this, the entire three-prong section can rotate, and so can the top half of the lifting arm. This gives the ride so many different options, and with a manually operated ride, it makes every cycle different. The Tango features KMG's patented stand-up seats that are designed to make riders feel exposed as well as comfortable. Combine this with the multiple axes of rotation, and it's sure to be a disorienting experience for anyone. The ride can be transported on just 2 trailers, and in typical KMG fashion, only takes 4 to 5 hours to assemble with 3 people. It's capable of giving 480 rides every hour. The Tango has been mildly successful, with a handful being built. Unlike most KMG rides, the first example was actually sold to the US and traveled with Rythofer shows. It still actually travels with them today. Another early Tango was sold to the somewhat infamous Amusements of America in 2002. This ride was unfortunately heavily damaged in a truck crash while it was being transported in 2004. What remained of the ride was sold back to KMG, and the ride was rebuilt. The ride was then sold to a UK showman before being sold again to California Carnival, who still owns it and travels with it today. Another Tango was originally traveling around the Netherlands with KMG before being sold to the US to travel with RCS shows, one of the best showmen in the country. The RCS Tango has been featured in my video about the best flat rides in the US due to its condition. Though the ride would never be a huge success, the Tango has won the hearts of many, and it remains a popular ride at any show it attends. Though not all who ride the Tango are fans. Many do not like the stand-up style seats as they can be uncomfortable, especially if the ride throws you around a lot. The Tango was popular enough though that Zamperla actually tried to make their own copy, called the Zamperla Shocker and introduced in 2003. Only one was known to have been built, and it traveled with Faro shows in the US for a short while. The ride did not feature stand-up seats and instead featured standard Zamperla seats like what can be found on the Zamperla Hawk. Obviously, the ride was a bit of a failure, and Zamperla no longer produces it. Today, at least 7 Tangos are known to still be operating, all of them traveling and most of them inside the US. In fact, of the 7 Tangos mentioned, only 2 operate outside of the US. One in France named Star Wars, and another in Australia named Skywalker. One major Tango incident has occurred. This happened on the Equinox, owned by Gopher State Exhibitions, while at the Ionia Free Fair in Michigan. On July 15, 2018, the ride experienced some kind of electrical problem that caused it to lower with riders in the inverted position. Only 2 riders were on the ride at the time, and both were rescued within 10 minutes and did not experience any injuries. The ride has since reopened. Other than that, the Tango has had an uneventful record, and has proven to be a well-loved ride. Have you had the chance to ride one? If so, what did you think? As always, if we got something wrong or missed something, please let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and see you next week.